In 2008, three complete strangers were put together with the hopes of creating the greatest Sony podcast ever heard. Today, unable to stop podcasting, the show survives as connoisseurs of dick and fart jokes. If you need Sony news, are not deaf, and don't want to die of boredom, maybe you can listen to BigRedBarel Blu.
Welcome, everybody, to episode 2 of the Big Red Barrel PlayStation Podcast, a.k.a. The Blue Show. I'm Rothbart. I'm joining you from Eugene, Oregon, as usual. We've got Frawlz in San Diego, who is bitchy tonight. Whiny little bitch.
Tonight?
I'm trying to come up with contests. I'm trying to get things in order, and you guys are just shooting me down like you usually do.
Don't even act like this contest is for the site.
Like,
I'm trying to come up with contests to get this woman on my junk.
Wait, hold on. First, I think she has a boyfriend, anyways. But you know, I'm big into social media and how it works, and she's actually pretty cool when it comes to this stuff. She's pretty much a social media expert.
Social media expert?
I know the Facebooks.
Helps people use social media to get a better grasp on their businesses. So, and it doesn't hurt that she's cute, you know, too. So I figured, since you guys use Amazon to get blowhorns and dildos and stuff like that.
Wait. We're not even going to make fun of you. Just tell our fans what this contest is, and then we'll listen to them laugh at you next week.
I was trying to think of a way to get her to follow me, and she just won't. I mean, she'll reply back. She just refuses to follow.
So you resorted to paying her.
No, I'm not paying her. I figured I would...
No, he's not going to pay her. He's going to pay our fans to hit on her for it.
That's basically, yeah. basically
So tell them the contest.
So basically, what I was trying to do is just I was going to give a $50 PlayStation Network card or Xbox card, depending on what route you wanted to go with it. If you can get her to follow me and tweet and say that I am now following Frawlz thanks to your Twitter name. Now, you also have to be signed up on BigRedBarel as well in the forums. So it just can't be just anybody listening to this podcast. So just make sure you sign up for both. If you get her to do that, awesome. $50 coming your way, and a gift card.
I can't imagine this isn't going to be her best friend just doing this.
I'm trying not to just laugh my chest to explode.
I just think it'd be funny. Come on, man. I mean, think of it as it's just a social experiment to see exactly how this works out. So I'm kind of curious.
Who is this girl? We have to know. I mean, if the contest happened, we would have to know. So who is it?
Well, her name's Amy. Amy Schmidauer.
Amy on the internet.
So her Twitter handle is SCHMITTASTIC. So at Schmidtastic. So
that's
she's cute. I think
ridiculous. yeah. Everything about that sounds unappealing.
Oh, I figured you guys use Amazon.com to get crap all the time for you, and so does Chris Perillo. And I figured.
So you're trying to use our listener base to get a girl.
Exactly. Is that so bad?
God.
Is that so wrong? I'm not asking for people's money. I'm actually giving away my own money to see exactly how this turns out. I mean, I may never do this again.
It's crazy that even when it comes to pussy, you still end up trying to get other people to do the work for you. It's just sort of like craziness.
He's trying to make our listeners pimps. They're going to get the payment for the hookup. I don't even understand this.
I thought it'd be funny. Come on.
Oh, it's funny, but not for the intended reasons.
I had a funny story. I guess I'll save for the bonus content, but it has to do with.
I'm just waiting for a listener to send in a picture of them wearing like some sort of like pink fur coat, purple fur coat, and yeah, just rocking it.
Jesus.
Sorry. So you think it's a sucky contest? Because I mean, I thought it'd be kind of funny just to.
It's your money.
After the last contest you tried to run, I thought there was no way that you could top that, and then you bring out this, and I don't know where you can go from here.
All right, speaking of girls, I had some news that I hinted at in the last episode. Or I said I would have some
you're
news.
becoming one.
I do have news now.
The surgery went through, right?
Okay.
Haha. No, I actually got engaged this week.
Congratulations!
What? Is it legal in Oregon now?
Looking to move, are you?
Maybe.
So, anyway, that was my big news. I will be married at some point in the
Congratulations,
future.
man.
Thanks.
Congratulations.
Are we gonna be in your wedding, like PacMan and I? Because we spend.
Oh my God, I can barely make it through a show with you, and you want to be in my wedding?
Well, I mean, the wedding's only 45 minutes. Our shows, we basically spend an hour and 15 together. So,
are you going to try to pay any of the other attendees to hook you up with sex?
Man, it's a wedding. If the wedding's big enough, it should be easy.
Very small.
is it going to be a big wedding?
No.
Do you guys have it like planned out?
Damn it.
Do you have the date picked?
Nope.
No.
Nope.
Bachelor party?
Yep.
Okay, then I don't care.
You're not having a bachelor party?
I mean, I'm happy. I'm happy you're getting married, but there's no point in going to a dude's wedding if there's no bachelor party.
No, you don't go to the wedding. You go to the bachelor party. Like, if there's no bachelor party, you go to the wedding and make an ass out of yourself.
If you have a bachelor party, it makes the wedding more bearable because you're just so hungover and half asleep anyway. It doesn't really matter. But just going to the wedding, that's just sad. That's just sort of like
It's not sad.
It's like watching a dude walk to the firing squad.
Yeah, it is kind of sad. I'm with PacMan on this one for the first time ever. It's kind of sad.
Anyway,
Why don't you
on.
have a bachelor? Why are you having a bachelor party? Why don't we just go to like why don't we go to Dave and Buster's or something?
There's no Dave and Buster's here. I don't need a bachelor.
What do you? Yeah, you do. You need one.
We at least got to go to like Chuck E. Cheese or something.
We can go to Chuck E. Cheese.
Ouch! You could sit there and play in your Vita, play Rayman on your Vita.
You could offer the waitress a handful of tickets to take her clothes off.
How many tickets?
It's only a handful now.
Inflation. I don't know. Anyway,
that's true.
So, and also unrelated to that, I crossed over into the dark side and bought a gaming PC, which I finally got assembled.
It feels good.
So,
it feels real good.
So, it's just going to get your porn faster. That's pretty much it.
Well, the internet's the same. That's the bottleneck to the porn is the internet, not the computer.
Well, congrats on both accounts.
Do you find yourself limited that all the porn is pretty much in standard definition?
I'm done talking about that.
I got what is it called? Twisted Metal.
Herpes? Oh.
No.
Did you really? Man who doesn't have a job gets the game that nobody else has.
No, Twisted Metal is I got another job, but Twisted Metal came out on Tuesday, and some people liked it, some people didn't. I really enjoyed all the previous, most of the previous Twisted Metal games, so I had a blast with it. And unlike most of the reviews, I think my two main complaints, I was saying to Rothbart before the show, was that not when you're in the game and not really when you're restarting a level, but when you're loading up the initial game and when you're loading up the level for the first time, the loading screens are actually, not unbearably long. They're not like Bayonetta long, but they're enough that you notice and you're like, damn, that's kind of slow. And the other thing is, like, the first 2 days the game was out, no one knew how to play. Because there's a hell of a lot more buttons and powers and charge-ups and stuff like that to the game than there ever was in another Metal Gear. So everyone was just sort of button mashing, just like a fighting game. The first time you play with your friends who don't know what they're doing, they just sort of slam everything together and just go crazy.
So this job that you got, is it a blow job or a rim job?
No, it's one that actually pays and does not require me to visit truck stops.
I didn't know the other two needed truck stops, but I guess so in Canada.
But no, I was working at a gas station. I'm working a whole bunch of sort of jobs just sort of to put together enough cash for just to get by. But I mean, lots of people. This is a government town, and the government's laying people off right now, so competition is sort of fierce. But it should get better.
Cool. But you like Twisted Metal? I'm going to pick it up tomorrow, but I feel like it's one of those games that you get, and then like 2 weeks later, nobody kind of plays anymore. So
I don't know. The online community right now is pretty solid. I don't know. It'll be curious to see how long it's going to last, because it can only last a finite amount of time since they've said there's no DLC for Twisted Metal. I'm curious how aggressive, because if it doesn't even get one more patch, then that's going to be weird too. Because there's definitely a couple little, online issues that could be patched up a little bit more.
Yeah, it just seems weird that they lay off all these people right before the game launches.
Well, I mean, they still have a team apparently working on the basic post-release stuff. I just don't know how much that's going to be. I mean, they're definitely said there's no DLC, but I hope that they'll put out at least a couple, tweaking patches before they wash their hands of it.
Rothbart, who owns the? Who owns?
That's what I'm talking about. Mm-hmm.
Who owns the what?
Who owns the Twisted Metal series?
This series is a Sony property. Yes.
All right, so that can go anywhere. So David Jaffe can go make another Twisted Metal anywhere, basically, as long as he licenses it from Sony and not Eat, Sleep, Play.
Well, I mean, Sony would be having a developer work on it, and it could be whatever company Jaffe makes. He could work on another Twisted Metal, yeah, but he's not going to license it and take it to the PC or the 360 or the Wii or anything.
But could he take the game and start doing DLC at another studio?
Well, Sony owns the rights to it, so if they wanted them to, yeah. But I would think if you had a team work on a game, you wouldn't want to start with a completely new team to do DLC. I mean...
Yeah, I mean, Eat, Sleep, Play still exists. It hasn't gone under. They just lost 8 people. And they even said, if Twisted Metal, sells enough copies, if it's worth DLC, they'll do it. And if there isn't enough people, they won't. But they have no plans to.
Well, that's positive thinking right there.
Yeah, well, it's weird with their big media push and then whatever.
When did you get Twisted Metal?
Tuesday morning.
Did you let any girls win?
I could not find a soul to play Twisted Metal with me on Valentine's Day. It did.
So you had to suck your own dick?
No. I just.
I mean, it's why don't you just go to like an all-you-can-eat buffet? There's plenty of lonely fat girls at all-you-can-eat buffets.
You want to beat me at Twisted
Metal?
Metal?
Isn't it like crab leg night or something like that?
David Jaffe told me that if I let you win...
Yeah, and David Jaffe knows everything. Cause
I know Frawlz and Frawlz's roommate had a really good time. Frawlz's roommate had a good time, Frawlz had a jaw lock, but...
He let me win twice.
Just turn the lights off. You can't tell the difference.
He let me win twice. I cupped the balls.
He made you shave first, though, I bet.
No shaving involved. I like it au natural.
All right, we got to get to this agenda. We've already... God, we're 13 minutes in.
Are we really?
Yeah.
So what are we going to talk about? What do you want to talk about?
Tim Schafer and Double Fine Studios. I've always had a thing against them. I don't know.
Who?
Tim Schafer.
No, I don't know why.
I thought Brutal Legend was completely overrated, and it came out, and everybody was so excited saying how awesome it was, and then they're like, yeah, it's not really that awesome. It kind of sucks. And I didn't like Stacking or whatever it was, or Costume Quest. Did they do that one too? Or
I can't remember. I actually didn't mind Costume Quest if they did do that.
Are you asking me?
And, basically what they're doing now is they're saying we can't really afford to do these big giant games. We're going to do these little independent projects or these sponsored projects like they did the Once Upon a Monster for Microsoft, the Muppet Connect thing. And now they went out and... Oh, I'm on the wrong topic about Tim Schafer. He's in 2 topics. Wow. He was talking about, this is interesting, Microsoft, if you release a patch, which, several games have patches, they charge you, as the developer, $40,000 to issue a patch.
What? Are you serious?
They charge you $40,000 to put out a patch?
Yep, because somebody has to release it. And that costs money.
It doesn't cost $40,000 though.
No, I'm sure there's some kind of certification, but I'm also sure that price is steep to act kind of as a deterrent. So they really try hard to get their patching, to not need patches at all, and if they do, to get that patch done ASAP.
But it makes you think of some of the games that got lots and lots of patches. You're like, wow, that's $40,000 a pop.
They have to be selling like crazy in order to make it worth it. Now, of course, I'm sure first-party titles aren't that way.
Yeah, but someone like Activision who does one every week, so it's nothing to them considering they know billions of dollars.
Right. But for the average studio, not mega studio, but for the average developer, or even especially the indie developer, $40,000 might eat up all of your profits. I mean, that could be one tester's salary, 2 testers' salary for a year.
How much do you think they charge Payne?
Well, but that's through Sony, and that's a first-party title, as far as I know.
Yeah, and they just did not want that thing to die. They're like, fucking play Pain, bitches. And we're like, no. And they're like, do it.
Now we have Andy Dick. Play Pain.
I wonder how much Sony charges.
I have no idea. But I know that some of the restrictions regarding Xbox Live Arcade are why some of the indie developers ended up on PSN.
Yep.
So, or I guess it's called SEN now. That sounds
weird.
Dumb. Sony Entertainment Network. But all right, next topic. Sony Worldwide Studios boss Shuhei Yoshida.
Hi.
Now, PacMan, I know you really liked Demon's Souls, and they passed up on publishing that in the U.S. And there's some interesting stuff came out this week. Yoshida himself actually spent 2 hours playing the game fairly close to completion, and the reason they passed, and this is a quote, he said, "This is crap. This is an unbelievably bad game," and then he tossed it aside.
Wow.
Atlas came along and signed on to publish it. They did some last-minute tweaking, really raised the bar in the game, and it was a black horse hit, and they kind of are kicking themselves now. But I thought that was really funny that the way he described it is that, you know, most games are much more polished at the point in development that this one was when he saw it. He looked at it probably how I would. Die. This game sucks.
Well, I mean, to be fair, I mean, that's a game that sort of defied convention and was just totally not something he could easily compare to something else. And it probably kicked the shit out of him the whole time, you're right. But it is kind of funny that it turned out to be such a success, and he's like, this crap ain't going to make no money.
And then he turned around and publicly fessed up that they probably should have.
He had to bow to someone for a long time.
He's making the rounds. He's in a few topics here. He was also interviewed by Stephen Totillo at Kotaku about The Last Guardian, because a lot of people were kind of concerned when GameStop said, oh yeah, the game's canceled. And, you know, they were standing around saying, that game's canceled? We don't know anything about that. It wasn't canceled. Now he's actually come out to confirm very adamantly that even though Ueda, the developer, or the producer, I should say, left Sony proper and is working freelance now, he has never left the team. He's never stopped development on the game. The game is still progressing. It's just taking longer than they'd thought to realize his vision. And in particular, the emotions and the bonds between the characters and the AI are being troublesome, taking longer than they thought.
Wow. Maybe they should just sleep together.
Well, at least we know they're not Russian.
Russian? Why wouldn't they be Russian? It's not a Russian game.
You suck.
Come on, that was funny.
Yeah, that's racist.
That wasn't racist. Why are you making me out to be racist 2 episodes in a row?
So, to end up the trifecta of the Yoshida quotes, he was talking to Game Informer, and this one was really interesting. Game Informer didn't pull any punches. They were like, how come Microsoft released Gears 3 last year, pretty much their only mainstream first-party title that wasn't a racing game, that did any good? How come that one game sold more than all the first-party PS3 titles last year?
Harsh. So what did he say?
That stings. But
it's a really good game.
But what he said was, let's see here. It's a combination of many things. First, we have to be very honest about our game's quality as well. We love our games, but we can point out many issues when you look at titles individually. Another thing is focus. When you have 10 games coming out in a year compared to 2 or 3, how much focus you get from our business and marketing side is very hard. From a portfolio side, we were very excited about the games we had last year, but we probably diluted the support for each title. And then he goes on to say, it's a challenge, but I think we could and probably should be focused on a smaller number of titles so each one gets its best support.
That's fair. But, I mean, and from a financial standpoint, I can see how that makes sense in marketing and everything else. But on the flip side, I only played my Xbox 360 last year basically for a handful of Xbox Live Arcade games and Forza and Gears. That's it. Forza and Gears was the only thing that got me to turn on my 360. And the PS3 basically had first party title after first party title, all of which I got, that were all pretty good. You know, so it was a good year for PS3 gamers. Maybe not for them financially selling huge numbers of copies of all those. But the other thing is, you know, they might not have sold Gears of War numbers, but they were all profitable, or most of them were.
Well, I suppose.
But I mean, it just they want Gears type profits from each game.
Well, if you look at the install base, though, it's crazy that one game from Microsoft could outsell every other game combined for the PS3.
Well, but I mean, Microsoft has just proven that when it comes to willing to put the ad dollars behind their products, they're much. There's just no comparison. Microsoft out advertises Sony a fucking gazillion to one.
That's true. We were just talking about this before we recorded. Sony's committed $50 million in marketing in North America for the PlayStation Vita. Last year, Microsoft committed Kinect and Windows Phone 7 marketing budget of $1 billion.
Yeah, I mean, it's just...
Now, $50 million is a lot of money, but it's not $1 billion. That's 20 times more.
Yeah, but that's between two products, though.
Okay, 10 times more if you cut it in half. They spent 10 times more.
And the Vita also launches in February, and you also have the Kinect launching at Christmas. And you're also splitting the cost with their mobile division, and you're probably splitting the cost with other people when it comes to, like, you know, phones. Like Nokia's probably helping out with some of that cost, since they invest a lot of money in Windows 8.
Well, Nokia's pretty much a Microsoft company at this point anyway.
But it makes you wonder, because Sony is not a small company either. What is it going to take for them to take the marketing plunge and try to go full force pushing something? Because every now and then they have a good little series of Kevin Butler ads or something else, and then they sort of let that momentum and that advertising power die. It's like they only pick it up every 3 or 4 times a year. You get some good Sony ads, and the rest of the time they're just like, yeah, buy whatever you want, it's all good. Whereas Microsoft's like, buy this shit or your kids will die, and you're like, oh fuck, I gotta buy this shit or my kids will die.
Microsoft puts more, I think, more in print ads, and you don't see a lot of commercials on the radio or in television.
They do more everything. They got cheerleaders and dudes in Halo helmets downtown. They got big board like football fields and planes with like Halo and different types of shit all over it. I mean, there's no ad space type thing that they don't market in.
They're a little bit more out of the box, I guess. Maybe.
It just be crazy.
You know what else is crazy? Next topic is crazy, right?
But I'm sure that $50 million is going to turn the PlayStation Vita around worldwide.
Considering
they lose $50 million every week.
They lose $20 million.
$20 million a day.
No, it's $22 million a day. That's what we worked it out as.
Yeah, it's just only 2 days worth of money. That's basically it. Jeez. Way to go, Sony.
Well, I think some of their divisions are being held up by the PlayStation. So, I mean, it seems like I don't know. I mean, it kind of seems like they would want to advertise more, even if it costs money to make money, is what they say.
Yeah, and you look at how many Kinects got sold and how shitty Kinect is and how few games worth playing it has versus the amount of people who got convinced to buy one. I mean, that $1 billion paid for itself. Easy.
Ugh. All right. Let's move on here. PacMan, you were sad that the PlayStation comic server or the PSP comic service never came to Canada, but pretty soon you won't have to be sad anymore because they're taking it away from us.
God damn it! It came and went and never came to Canada, and I totally would have bought in those comics.
They stopped adding comics last year. They're going to stop selling the comics in September. They're going to let you stop downloading the ones you've already purchased at the end of the year. So I don't know if they're going to release it on the PSV or not. I have no idea how successful it was. It doesn't seem like it would cost much since most of those comics are actually available for viewing on other devices as well. I doubt that they had to go in and scan everything, just for the PSP.
Yeah.
But anyway, rest in peace. Other things going away, Metal Gear Online, which I know we all played just about 24/7 for weeks and months on end.
You being serious? Okay, thank you. I was like, I wasn't there for that.
I tried. I didn't like it. Anyway, it's going away this summer. Konami said the service is, quote, finished. So I guess nobody's going to miss it. The most people they ever had playing is they had 1.3 million active players the summer after Metal Gear Solid 4 launched.
Yeah, that number's certainly much, much, much smaller now.
Yes, maybe it's just 1.3 players now.
Well, I mean, there's always going to be Metal Gear fans who are just like, yeah, Snake!
This is just like a third of a person playing. Anyway, I don't know if this might be considered a rumor smash. We haven't had one of those in a while.
Rumors!
That's all.
You forgot the smash part, dude.
Should I do a rumor smash?
Yeah, there's a smash. There's a smash due.
All right, hold on. Rumor smash!
There you go. So it looks like a motion capture animator listed on his LinkedIn profile that he did some motion capture work for God of War 4. Listed it as God of War 4.
Typo.
Oh, snap.
So what do you do? Put his arms out and just spin around? Like, how do you mocap for God of War?
They record the raw movements from the, your favorite ball suit, and then they have to actually take that data and do something with it.
I don't think they have the same ball suit you're thinking of.
The one that you like. Anyway, they need engineers to actually take that data and turn it into animation for the games, and apparently that's what this guy did. But my plan, just to mess with people, is I'm going to update my LinkedIn profile to say that I did some work on Siphon Filter 4, Shadow of the Colossus 2.
Yeah,
and
nice,
I'm going
dude.
to wait till these sites dig it up.
And then we'll feature it on our rumor section.
There you go.
Man, they better be making Siphon Filter, bastards.
I don't know. The more I look at what happened to Twisted Metal, it just kind of got... I mean, it may be a fun game. It really pretty much got sent to die, though. It's like, it's released and everybody's walking away, dusting off their hands. But...
Damn it!
Anyway.
That's really just sad, man.
Oh, we have another rumor smash.
Are you ready?
I was born ready.
Rumor
No, hold on. Okay, now I'm ready.
I can't do it now. Go. Stop, man. Seriously. Come on!
Sony confirmed...
Why is it not even bothering PacMan?
Because he's Canadian. Travels further through the phone lines. It's not as loud.
Yeah,
when he gets
I'm sure that's it. Yeah, technology works in mysterious ways.
Yeah.
Anyway, Little Big Planet
you.
Karting is a real game in development. That's all they would commit to telling us, and they're going to tell us more at a later date.
That's like the guys at Little Big Planet. They're like, all the guys at LBP are like, you know what? F*** Mod Nation Racers. F*** them all. Let's make our own karting game and just like piss all over the other people who does the...
Why don't you just use Little Big Planet and make your own karting game with that?
Well, my question is, do you guys think it'll be for the PS3 or the PSV?
I could see it being one of those both
Oh, that's true.
cross-platform releases for them.
Yeah.
And at the same time, I mean, you can already sort of pull off karting type stuff in Little Big Planet 2.
That's what I was saying. Just make your own karting game in Little Big Planet.
It seems like, and again, it says Little Big Planet Karting is true, but that doesn't mean that it's its own. Is it own full on separate game?
They just confirmed it was in development.
See, I still think it might be a standalone add-on or something like that. Do you know what I mean?
Could be. Yeah.
It just still sounds weird, even though we know Little Big Planet Karting is real. That it's its own Little Big Planet Karting game. That just doesn't sound right.
All right, PlayStation Vita news. Let's see what we got. That bundle I said that I pre-ordered that came with a free PSN game that I said was probably going to be garbage or I already owned? I was wrong. It's
what?
PlayStation. Super Stardust Delta is the PSN title that you're going to be getting.
So you're not going to be swimming around a big ball shooting things? Just like the first one?
That is the game.
I know. It's like it's basically the exact same thing. It's just Delta.
Anyway, the game itself, I'm unclear on the details. I guess the $15 price that they're talking about gets you the PSN version and the PSV version. I already own Super Stardust HD. But if you want to buy it standalone for just the PSV, it's $10. But what happens is you get this coupon for a free month of 3G. The cheapest plan for 3G is $15 for, 250 megabytes. If you activate a month for pay, this is the way I understand it, then you can use your free month as the second month, and as a reward for activating that 3G, you get the Super Stardust Delta. So it's not completely, I open my box, let me whip out the free game, or let me download the free game. You activate 3G, you get the game, and then you can redeem your free month.
Wouldn't it be awesome if it relied on your GPS and you had to run down streets?
And this is why you're not a game developer.
Just shooting things.
God.
Like, stand in a big field. That would be funny.
All right. PlayStation Vita sales in Japan. We need the wah, 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 wah sound because worst week ever. 13,939 units sold last week. Slightly better news, Gravity Rush debuted in Japan, sold over 43,000 copies in the first week.
What?
Congratulations.
I don't know. I don't know. That's not a million, but 43,000 might be a good indication that it was worth developing.
Oh, what's the name of that? The number one selling game for the first half of February in Japan is a PSP RPG that's Japanese only. I can't remember what it's called off the top of my head. But it's just crazy. I mean, that game is the best-selling game in Japan, and it's for the PSP.
They're wacky over there.
Japan's market is so...
Japanese?
Well, not so Japanese, but just... They're very attached to singular products. You know, when they like a product, it's not a couple people like it. It's like, it's sold out. So, I mean, really what they need for the PSV in Japan is one of those titles. Another Monster Hunter or another one of these huge, sort of cult following RPGs that the PSP's got. Like, they really need to look at the developers who are making those kick-ass games that are selling like crazy on the PSP and get them on the PSV ASAP if they want to hit that Japanese market. Because the games they got right now, the Japanese people don't give a shit.
Speaking of Japanese people, back to something Yoshida said. He was talking about the PSV this time. He said... piracy really hurt the PlayStation Portable.
You don't say.
And says, yeah, I know. He says, I'd like to think that the PS Vita, we are better prepared and will continue to fight against piracy. And he goes on to say that the same people that made the PS3 hard to crack did the same thing for the PSV, so the system should be well defended.
Nice.
We'll see.
Until next week.
I
mean, the PSP was hacked right off the bat.
Yeah, but I mean, there was a time where even we were thinking, like, it's over. The PS3 has been cracked right open. But even now, even after that big fiasco and everything, the PS3 is still the least hacked system out of all of them. I mean, it has the least amount of problems with Call of Duty or any of those games, or anything across basically every hacking category, except for that one big thing that sort of made it look like they were the worst. I mean, there's a lot more Xbox 360 torrents than there are PS3. You know what I'm saying? Pirate. I got nothing.
Arr.
Did you say the same
totally
thing?
Did.
Yeah.
It's like we're telekinesis.
All right, let's see here. Online pass games for the PSV. It's happening in North America.
Oh, it is now.
Hot Shots Golf World Invitational and Wipeout 2048 both require online pass to play. I don't believe any of the other launch titles do.
But I'm not surprised. And if you haven't seen me, say it in Twitter or on the forums, if you hate online passes now, I guarantee just about every game, if not every game on the new consoles, will require some sort of online pass. If it's not just baseline built into everything.
I agree.
So get used to them.
And blackheads on Frawlz' mom's pubis.
Oh!
That was straight from the internet.
Oh!
Somebody typed that up for me to say.
Oh, and that's the kind of thing that you can't help but visualize, and then once you do, you can never go back.
Anyway, yuck. Hey, it's time for the rumors.
Yeah, it's the rumors. Yeah, it's the rumors section. Yeah, for the PRV. Every time I hear someone ask me to sign up for the PRV forums, I'm like, where the hell is it going? Sounds like it's going to be there. We'll be right back. That was funny.
Except we couldn't understand a damn thing you said.
He's just like the real Arnold Schwarzenegger. The longer time goes by, the least less entertaining.
All I said was is the BRB. Sounds like it's be right back. Forums. Sign up.
I gotcha.
Yeah, now you get it.
The first rumor. Sony has reportedly offered Brian Taylor, the director of Ghost Rider and co-director of the Crank movies, the opportunity to direct the Twisted Metal movie.
That sounds like it'll be entertaining.
I mean, that sounds true, but it also sounds like a bad idea.
Yeah,
I mean, for one, movies based on video games and vice versa or whatever. I mean, that always almost always ends up being a total clusterfuck. But I'm not surprised, because if you've played Twisted Metal, the middle portion of the story campaign is basically Ghost Rider with different names. So I'm not surprised that there's some crossover there. I mean, it's like, wow, this was obviously very Ghost Rider-ish.
I'll say it's probably true, and it is stupid.
I think it's true, but I also think it's very dumb as well, because it just sounds like something like a really B-rated movie.
It sounds like something cute, like Yui Boyle would do, or Boyle, or whatever his name is.
Yeah, it sounds like it'd be better off as just a cartoon.
Man, I'd watch that if it was a really good cartoon,
or a video game.
Not Ghost Rider. Twisted Metal is awesome, and I'm having trouble not swearing because I was watching David Jaffe live on video while he was like shooting that truck on shootmytruck.com today. He was just chatting for 3 hours, just going crazy.
Was he letting chicks win?
Must be rough to sit around and talk and shoot for 3 hours.
Awesome.
Yeah, let's watch someone else play video games over the internet. That's entertaining.
The next rumor, a job posting for Microsoft in Israel, of all places, is looking for someone to handle, quote, algorithm design and implementation into state-of-the-art 3D imaging systems, working in an integrated hardware and software learning team, working closely with peers in Redmond, and being part of a fast-moving and growing development team.
I don't know, but that sounds shady.
Wow, that's a mouthful.
That does sound shady, but I think the use of 3D in this, the way it was represented from the sources I read, was not, 3D graphics. It was like stereoscopic 3D is going to be in from the beginning on the next 360. This generation, since the 360 doesn't do it well, it's kind of they're going to say, 3D is not the big thing. When they launch their next system, they're going to be saying, oh my god, you need to check out the 3D we've got, because it blows everybody else away, because 3D is important now that we have it.
Yeah.
Same thing with Blu-ray.
So.
Well, I mean, if you're in Israel, hit that job up.
Yep.
There you go. All
right, the last one. Oh, I think that's probably true, by the way. We didn't say true.
Yeah, it sounds plausible.
Frawlz?
True.
Ha.
I'm gonna walk away if you keep doing that.
What's that?
I'm just gonna have to walk away next time you do that, dude. No, come on, don't stop. Just move. Move on.
You'd think it stopped being funny, but it's still totally funny.
The fourth use for this on the can, third use, says pranks. You got pranked. The last rumor is HTC is reportedly in the process of getting some of their devices PlayStation certified. And this is significant because they're going to be the first, if they do this, the first non-Sony device to be able to play 10-year-old PlayStation games.
Play Shinobi.
I like a lot of PlayStation 1 games.
Yep. So I think that's got to be true. Because, I mean, eventually they have to have somebody not Sony, or else it's not a big deal.
Sounds totally believable.
They gotta start putting those Sony games in the Android market, though. I'm gonna walk away. I'm gonna stop recording with you if you keep doing that. Yes. You seriously?
Oh shit! I almost peed my pants.
All right, it's time for the shout-outs. We've got a crap ton of shout-outs from the Big Red Barrel forums. We got, these names are all new. I think people changed their names when they went from the old forums to the new one just to mess with me. I don't think these are all new people, just new names. Gooner Marmite, which is a single hyphenated name. Apparently, Gooner got married and decided to go by Gooner Marmite. Division Bell, Pink Floyd reference, maybe. Marius K, Play Rules, Diamuid, Jellyman 34. Sorry if I ruined some of those other names, Frawlz style. Frawlz, do you have some shout-outs?
I can hear it all the way out here. Are you done?
Yeah, do your
Seriously? Oh, God. You guys are dicks.
The can's all cold now.
Oh, my God. All right, so where are we?
Shoutouts.
You and your shoutouts.
All right, RF Magana?
Yep.
Magana? Yeah.
Magana. Dench, Vague. Yeah, it's definitely Vague. LM Knuckles. Bag Haggis. They're all new. Bad Haggis. And Pandalicious.
Man, it's terrible. Even when they're
Pandalicious?
Pandalicious. Also want to give a special thanks to shout out to Frawlz fan. Haha, it's his birthday last week and we didn't give him a shout out. Also want to give special thanks to ODK Rocks. I forgot. It's basically Odie from Sarcastic Gamer moved over to BRB and
don't forget Amy from the internet.
Oh, Amy Schmidtastic over at Savvy Sexy Social.
Hey, I got her to follow you on Twitter. Can I get my $50 now?
Yeah, no. Well, she's got to tweet and say that I'm now following Frawlz thanks to so and so.
I'm totally doing that before the show airs.
And you're huh?
I'm doing that before the show gets released.
Go, dude! I will send you $50. Not like I haven't done it before. So,
make it sound bad. You paying up on a bet is not you sending me $50. Jesus.
So yeah, help Frawlz get some attention over the internet, I guess you could say, and just trying a little social experiment, man.
Worst
Damn, it's not like it's gonna go anywhere. Maybe it will. Amy, I love you.
Yep.
All right, I'll give a shout out to. I don't know if the M's silent, so I'm going to assume it is. Roshnaz, Fire Muncher, Von Boom, Ronak, Palmer Fan, and Ale Raiders.
Fire Muncher. Fire Crotch Muncher.
Thanks for the shout-outs, everybody. Don't forget to hit us up on iTunes as well. We're finally up and running. You can go to the official section on the forums for the BRB PlayStation Podcast, and you can hit up. You can find the link for getting iTunes, find the link for the RSS, and don't forget to sign up to the forums. And this Saturday, we're finally back into the PS3 official gamer night. So this Saturday, 7 p.m. Eastern onwards, we'll be playing Twisted Metal, and we'll probably do that for a week or two, and then we're going to switch up into Syndicate once Syndicate is released.
And you know what's kind of cool about the forums is not the forums, but the Big Red Barrel front page is that there's a whole calendar thing there too. So you can actually import the entire BRB calendar into your Google Calendar if you want to. So if you don't want to miss a single gamer night or game release or something big coming up on our website, you can just add that and automatically update.
Or a vlog by Frawlz.
Yeah, or a video blog by Frawlz.
Or a video. Shut up. Those are coming soon, man. I'm working on those. There's supposed to be vlogs by me, and I understand that. And I'm supposed to be contributing to the site in some way. And I
understand that. But in the meantime, help me get some internet pussy.
They're coming soon, like the apocalypse.
It's funny because he does have a point. The Big Red Barrel dynamic calendar on the front page is pretty sweet.
It is pretty badass, so I'm pretty proud of that, and I had nothing to do with it.
So be sure to check out the site. Come up for the gamer night this weekend, and don't forget about Frawlz's great contest.
$50, man, $50. All you have to do is get her to say that. She has no idea, by the way, what's going on. So
most women that you want probably don't.
Yeah, I'm sure the way you presented this contest, she's going to be approached in the most mature manner possible by our fans.
Yeah, I hope so. And this isn't the first time I've ever paid for a woman's attention. So
if Frawlz wants to stalk you, can you say this so I can get a PSN card? Like honestly, you can just unfollow him as soon as right after you tweet it. And she'll be like, all right. Whatever, who cares? She'll do it. You'll give the $50, then she'll unfollow you again.
I didn't think that through. Yeah. I didn't think that part through.
No.
Yeah, seriously. Well, I mean, she's definitely going to think that when I tweet that to her.
You're a dick. You guys are not allowed to be in this contest at all. Not allowed. No, you guys are banned from this contest.
I could tweet to her, offer her $25 cash to do this. I get the $50. Pay her $25. It's a win-win.
We'll see.
Man, he's going through all this work to get maced when he could just go out and get maced in 15 minutes if he really wanted to.
Oh my god. This isn't about getting laid, guys. This is a social experiment. I'm just trying it out. I thought it'd be funny.
It's always about getting laid.
What is the best ultimate result of your social experiment?
Dude, I just thought it'd be funny. Because you guys...
Vagina.
You know what? Well, f*** you. Let's do bonus content. I'm done.
Okay, yeah, we're going to get to the bonus content, which is actually about what we were talking about at the beginning of the show, which is Tim Schafer and Double Fine.
Hey, wait, we gotta say our goodbyes. So we'll see you guys next week. Get the podcast app. I don't even know what to call it. If you already have the podcast app, you're going to hear the bonus content we're about to record.
Stay frosty, everybody.
All right, see you next week. Frawlz in your mouth.
New Blue Show. It's not the old blue show. Old blue show. New blue show. New blue show. Show. It's not the old blue show. Old blue show. New blue show. New blue show.
You and your ears are quite welcome for the podcasting goodness that you just heard. Why not roll on over to BigRedBarel.com for more podcast, news, reviews, and videos from the biggest, reddest site on the internet, BigRedBarel.com.